Da 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 da.
Cheers!
Welcome to another episode of the Drunken Sisters Porchcast.
I'm your host, April.
And I'm Michelle.
Happy 420.
Woo!
Much of our friends are celebrating in a different manner than we are.
Yes.
Are we partaking in this?
I am not. Are you?
No.
That doesn't seem fun to me.
But for all of you partakers out there, happy 420 to you.
Yay!
Yay!
So what are we having tonight?
Tonight we're still on the whiskey. We just finished off the bottle.
Woo!
Goodbye, apple whiskey.
Apple whiskey. That was pretty good. We should pick up some more.
It was pretty tasty.
Pretty tasty.
Pretty tasty indeed. Next week, I have a very special porch drink for us.
Oh, you do?
We have to make sure we drink it out of mason jars.
Okay. And should we record on a Saturday?
Quite possibly we should record on a Saturday.
Okay.
It's called the fishbowl punch.
Fishbowl punch.
Yes.
I think that calls for a Saturday recording.
I think so too.
Are you up for that?
I could do that.
Okay, listeners, you heard it straight from the sisters' mouths.
Listen,
So,
yeah?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to tell our listeners if they have any curiosity as to what the Drunken Sisters look like 30 years
Quiet
ago,
you.
they could check out our Facebook page.
Yes, April has put up a nice throwback. Oh, it's only Wednesday. Throwback Wednesday.
Throwback Wednesday.
A Women Crush Wednesday. Anyway, it is a picture of us. April, how old are you in that picture?
4, maybe 5.
4, and then I'm 1 or 2.
I don't even think you're 2.
I think I'm
1, maybe.
Maybe 1. I have a big chubby cheek.
No chubby cheek.
I think so.
Really?
It looks like you're gonna strangle me in the photo too.
Not with that kind of a smile.
Oh.
I'll just encourage you to jump out of your crib.
Oh, you're so rude.
Rude.
So rude. So rude. So, listeners, I have a great story.
Ooh.
It's a follow-up to our machines taking over the world rant.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
About the bank.
Right, about the bank. So, 2 days ago, I get home from work, I check my mailbox, and I see a letter from the bank. And I'm thinking, this is either going to be really good or really bad. So I open it up, and there it is, in writing. Your account is going to be switched over to a regular account.
Woo! Congratulations!
Yay!
Ding, 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 ding.
I feel like such a nerd.
Why?
I don't know.
Growing up in the world.
I was just thinking, so regardless about what type of account I have, remember the man was saying, oh, the system does it, blah, 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 but it took that phone call to get what I wanted.
He probably called his manager and was like, you need to help me out.
He's all, this fool.
This woman is going to go psychotic.
Yeah, so yay. Cheers to me.
Cheers to you. Cheers to the bank. El Banco.
I refuse to cheers to the bank.
All right.
So, listeners, we had our very first Drunken Sisters yard sale this weekend.
Yes, we did.
How did it go?
We did good.
I think we did really well.
We pulled in over $200.
Yep, and we sold a lot of stuff.
I got rid of so much stuff.
Yeah, stuff that we had been holding on for a while.
Yes, my drum set.
Yeah, your drum set. We had some big ticket items.
Big ticket items. My drum set, my mannequin.
Your mannequin.
A lot of clothes, books.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Michelle, I'm convinced you just actually didn't want to part with the things that you had for sale.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Michelle had a amp outside, listeners, that I had purchased for her.
When I was a freshman in high school.
Many moons ago.
1999.
Bought her an electric guitar, bought her a little amp. Michelle wanted to be a rock star.
I am a rock star.
So, cut to 15 years later.
I'm not a rock star.
Michelle's not a rock star. She's selling off the little amp, which I'm totally fine with. But she's asking for $50 for the amp. And not willing to negotiate at all.
I said I would price it at $60 and would negotiate up to $50.
Yep. So Michelle still has her amp.
I still have my
She
amp.
still has her surfboard.
I still have my surfboard. Surfboard, I wasn't asking too much though. $50.
I just don't know the going
So
rates
$50 for a
surfboards.
surfboard like that is a really good deal.
Listeners, this surfboard is old.
Okay, it's not that old.
I mean, it's like a wood plank.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. But it does say
Dano.
Dano. And I knew that Michelle got her first surfboard from my dad.
Well,
That was my dad's surfboard.
so I'm gonna just do a side note. I was going surfing. Aunt Cece called me and said, "Hey, I hear you're going surfing. Why don't you stop by the house? I have a surfboard for you."
Oz.
So I stopped by with your friend Art.
Right.
She digs this surfboard out of her garage, and it was like total 70s red and yellow and orange mix kind of color. And she says, "Here you go." And I'm like, "Thank you, blah, blah, blah." So we go surfing. Art drops me off at the house, and I'm hosing down the board in the front yard, and Dad comes out, and he says, "Well, where'd you get that?" And Cece gave it to me. And he says, "Well, that was my surfboard when I was your age."
Oh.
Anyway, so that happened. Go ahead.
So Michelle's a surfboard that says Dano on it, and I knew that she had Dad's surfboard. So I assumed, because our dad's name is Dan Ordaway, that Dano was Dad's surfboard. And I was like, wow, she's going to sell it off. And I knew my parents were coming.
Like, she's brave.
Dad's going to be really sad. But it turned out not to be a surfboard, and that was just a random coincidence.
Yeah, although now, since you pointed out that it's technically his name, he's insisting I take it to his house and give it to him for free.
Furthermore, Mom is insisting.
Oh,
you
it's
give it
Mom
to her
that
for
says,
free.
"Give it to me for free, I'm your mother."
I think Dad actually would have paid you for it.
Well,
maybe not $50.
I don't think I would have sold it to him.
No?
No, I think I would gladly give it to him.
Oh.
With the idea that if I ever wanted to go take it out to the ocean, that I could.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool.
I don't know how you enjoy surfing. It's so exhausting.
It is very exhausting. And I'm terrible at it.
Oh my God. I went one time. I thought I was going to die.
Really? I pretty much just kind of hang out on my board.
Maybe I'll try that next time.
Yeah,
you
you should. So the thing is, for me at least, when I started going surfing, it became easier and easier. But then I took a lot of years off. I went out again a couple of times, and it was like I was back to day one.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, not really, because you have to retrain yourself on how to stand up on the board and how, if you're not going to catch the wave, how do you get over the wave, or how do you go under the wave?
Ooh, the ocean scares me.
It's not that bad.
So,
yes.
At work, we have a new director.
Uh-huh.
And every morning we have a stand-up meeting, and she ends it with she calls them icebreaker questions.
Yeah.
So the question the other day was, where's one place you wouldn't be caught dead? So I'm going to ask that question to you.
Where's one place I want to be caught dead?
Yeah, like if I can't find you, where's one place I know for sure I won't find you?
In the whorehouse.
In the whorehouse? Like the brothel house? Or murder house?
Murder? Oh, like horror?
Yeah.
Oh, the horror. No, like the brothel.
Oh, alright.
Okay, what's one place you would not be caught dead?
Well, my answer was the ocean.
But you like the ocean,
I
don't
like
you?
the beach. I'm not a big fan of the ocean.
Well,
I don't like the sand.
Really?
And the oceans here in California are gross.
I don't think you like the ocean then, or the beach, if you don't like the sand.
Well, I like the beach
from a distance.
Feeling like I like the boardwalk, and I like the drum circles, and I like everything that has to do with the beach. But like the sand, getting in weird places, and then in my car.
The sand is very invasive.
And 2 separate occasions in my life, I went to the beach and came out just covered in tar. And do you know how hard it is to get tar off of your body?
I don't think I've ever heard that. And you could always use the Dawn dish soap. That's what they use for the oil spills.
But no one thought to pack Dawn dish soap to their day beach outing. And I was also camping for the week with the church. So I couldn't get the tar out of my hair.
That's pretty nasty.
It was pretty
You
bad.
describe it looking like the swamp man.
A little bit. My feet were black. It was awful. So awful.
Man.
Yeah, so the beach. And then the other question,
Yes.
I just got to tell you how I answered it because it was funny.
Well, tell me what the question is, and then I'll answer.
What did you
first.
want to be when you grew up?
Oh. There's so many answers to that question. I really wanted to be an astronaut to explore space and the unknown.
Nice.
And you?
Well, the answers are going around the table, and it's like, I wanted to be a banker, someone wanted to be a paramedic, and then I said, I wanted to be a rock star.
That's true. That's
is
where you
true.
are. Yeah, I think you still want to be a rock star.
And they
Oh,
laughed
hey,
at
I know
me.
where you can buy an amp for $50.
Oh, yeah? I bet if I had $50 on me tonight, I could go home with one.
I think that's a good bet. So they laughed at you for wanting to be a rock star?
And then someone said, that's so apropos. What does that even mean?
Apropos?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Does that mean like obvious or something? I don't really know.
Well, we'll have to Google it as I'm not familiar.
I know I've heard the term.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if I've heard it.
Really?
Is it apropos?
Apropos.
Like a pro.
A
pro.
I think so. Like maybe she was saying I would have been a pro rock star.
Like appropriate. That's so a pro. With reference to concerning.
Oh.
She said it's very concerning.
And I just happened to be that day wearing a black skirt that was kind of fitted to the knee and then flared out and intentionally had like a jagged cut at the bottom.
Yeah, like
and
a pirate?
It had studs across going sideways.
That's your dress code at work?
Well, I had a nice top and nice shoes. Like, I dressed it up, but it was like very star style.
Did you have the black eyeliner?
I did. I always have black eyeliner on. That's all I wear is black eyeliner.
Is there any other eyeliner that's not black?
It comes in all colors.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, I used to have purple.
Huh. I don't know anything about makeup.
Except for when it was fierce, it just looked like I had a black eye all the time.
Oh, wow.
A shiner.
I do know one thing about makeup. It is expensive.
It can be. The good quality. And it's worth it.
And it's messy.
It is
Have
messy.
you ever seen the inside of a woman's cosmetic bag?
It's disgusting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yuck. Oh.
Yep.
I remember when I worked at the at TSA. It never failed. Anytime you know how they had the machine where you swab something and you test it for whatever? Every time cosmetic bags would set that thing off.
Oh no, because of all the chemicals in it that we cake onto our faces.
Maybe.
Huh. TSA job. So earlier we were discussing all the different jobs and various career paths we've explored.
Well, I'm not sure if all jobs were considered career paths, right? I don't think a lot of them even had to do anything with a career.
I don't know, your TSA job seemed career-like. You were in straight uniform, you had the badge, you were all official.
What could you do with that?
You come pack your sister's suitcase to get to Vegas.
That's true. You did put me to work packing your suitcase. How can I get all this stuff to fit in this tiny ass bag so that I don't have to check my bag?
And you did good.
I did. Like, first you take half of it and you put it back in your closet.
You're going away for 2 days. Do you need 8 pairs of shoes?
You do every single time overpack.
I know, and then I end up wearing the same 3 things the whole time I'm gone.
Yep. Never learn. Never learn.
Never ever learn.
So, what else is going on?
Apparently China died.
China?
Yeah.
The country?
I don't know. I just got a text message that said China died. Maybe it's the wrestler?
There's a China wrestler? Like China doll?
Let's Google it on your box of information here.
Okay. As long as you keep talking to the listeners.
So I'm going to talk about Michelle's different career paths.
No.
Why?
Bleh.
You don't think that the
China doll? Chino Dollar? What? Oh, that's 2015. Oh, I put Chino Death.
Chino's dead. Wow.
Death by China?
Death of Chinese women? No,
I don't know. I don't know, so
I don't know either.
I think.
Oh no, the wrestler.
Oh.
She was found dead in her bed in Redondo Beach.
Oh yeah.
I think I have a porn
Excuse
cover
me.
signed by her.
Oh my god! Don't pause after porn. I think I have a porn
Cover signed by her.
That's one beast of a woman.
I met her when I worked at E, and she was lovely.
Yeah.
That's how I got the porn signed by her.
I see.
Is it China? Oh yeah, that's totally her.
Chyna.
China. Wow. I wonder if she overdosed. Maybe she got murdered.
I'm not sure, but look at that Taco Bell sponsor in the background.
Taco Bell has reopened on Colorado.
Oh yeah, by the
They
college.
rebuilt it. Remember how sad we were that the Taco Bell had closed?
Yeah, we were pretty sad.
Oh, and in regards to China, that is a very sad story.
Very sad. Very tragic.
We'll have to learn more about that later.
Big trouble in Little
Just
China.
a reminder again, listeners, you've only got one life. Live it up.
Live it up, and don't be afraid to leave a good job in search of something better.
Absolutely. Do you have any jobs that you regret leaving? Like, shit,
No, I
should
have no
stayed there.
regrets.
Okay, do you have any jobs that you think maybe you would have
It would have
better
been
off if
worthwhile.
stayed?
No. How about you?
Yeah, one.
E.
Yeah. That job was fun, and admittedly, it was my first corporate job.
Ooh.
And the truth is, you just don't appreciate a good thing until
you don't have it.
Until you don't have it. It's easy to take for granted when
Sure.
you just assume that everything out there is this way.
Yeah.
Bagel Thursdays.
Bagel Thursdays.
Bagel Thursday was
Yeah, I mean, so it's not, I don't really consider it to be a regret, but I did learn that as well, where I started off in a government job where everything was done by the book. There was no funny things happening, and then I just assumed, hey, that's the law. That's going to take place everywhere I go. And then I learned that that's not true, but no regrets.
Because here we are.
Here we are, doing a podcast.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! What else is going? Oh, listeners, if you missed our yard sale, and we apologize, the beer was a lie.
Yeah, we didn't. Well, we drank beer.
We did.
And we had shots after.
Listeners, what I did was I got here Saturday night, sorted all my stuff out, woke up super early and set up the yard sale.
We had about 3 hours of sleep.
And then I left Michelle to run the yard sale.
For about 3.5 hours.
After telling her I'd be back in 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Hour tops.
And there I was.
You did good though.
I was telling everyone, $1 sale.
Well, that's what I was selling everything for the most part.
Yeah, a lot of stuff was $1, but there was other things I think were more expensive, like my amp.
Your $50 amp. Your $50 and anything that was Michelle's was automatically $50.
So even so mom and dad came up to the yard sale, and at one point you were helping some man that had come by and he was looking at some of the clothes, and he was asking you, well, how much is this? How much is that? Your shirts and stuff. And then you were saying, oh, $1. And then he goes and he picks up jeans. And those are the ones that mom had given us to sell. And you're like, so, how much are these? And I was $8. And then dad looks at me like, And then I think he asked about the amp. And I said, oh, it's $50. And then he was really looking at me like, are you crazy? So the man leaves. And he says, why are all April's stuff super cheap and yours are expensive?
Because I just need to get rid of it. And my dollars added up.
Yeah, they sure did. Yeah.
Those dollars added up. I did sell my whole symbol set.
Well, I mean, it was just collecting dust for a few years.
A lot of years.
Yeah. I think it's better you get rid of stuff that you hold. If you're holding on to something for that long, with the intent to do something and then you don't do it, then...
Well, I just realized that at the end of it all, by the time I add up the amount of time I was going to need to invest in it to clean that drum set back up and restore it and restore those cymbals, my time is valuable, and I could just go out and buy a new drum set.
You could go out and buy a new one, and it wasn't like a special drum set or anything. It was just a very basic one that you had sitting around.
I mean, my biggest plan for it was to turn it into a cat tree, like a cat condo at some point. But that never came to fruition.
Yeah. Fruition.
Not fruitation. Let's talk about the interesting people we had at the yard sale.
Okay, so there was one drunk woman.
Very drunk.
Oh, okay. Yes, there was a drunk woman while I was there babysitting the yard sale while April was off running errands.
I was at work.
Sure you were. And she pulls up in her beat up old ass Saturn. She parks across the street, blocking half of the neighbor's driveway, doesn't give a shit, opens her door, practically falls out.
Oh no.
And she's walking across the street towards us, well, towards me, and she's doing that funny thing with her, like her mouth, like moving her chin, like just something weird. And I was like, oh man, I think this one is drunk, but oh well. So that was that. She was nice. She didn't buy anything, and she left. But then, do you remember the ad that we put up on Craigslist?
Yes.
Okay, so you know at the bottom it said, we may be willing to lower your prices if your offer includes a Stella. Like Stella beer, Stella wine.
Stella wine.
Stella anything. So we had this man come up, and he said, is Estella here? I said, no, Estella, there's no Estella here. And he's like, oh, Stella? Is Stella here? And I was like, no, there's no Stella. And then he pulls out a printed thing of the ad.
He printed our ad?
He printed the ad. And he said, oh, I thought it said to ask for Estella. And I said, oh, like I realized what he was doing. And I was like, no. I said, if you bring us a Stella, we can give you a lower price. And he says, oh, you should have put it in Spanish, like cerveza or corona.
We'll just have to say beer.
Yeah, because he thought that if he came and mentioned Estella or Stella, that we would give him a discount.
Oh, I really like that we hung our signs, our handmade signs, and where did Robert hang them? In the coffee shop?
In the coffee shop,
in Donut Friend.
In Donut Friend.
And we had so many people come over because it said the Drunken Sisters are having a yard sale. And they were just horribly curious about who are the Drunken Sisters and why are they drunk this early in the morning.
We have to see what the Drunken Sisters are up to.
So listeners, did any of our listeners come? I don't know.
So Mom listens to us.
Does she?
I almost put my microphone in my drink right now.
Pretty sure she listens to my fellow classmates' podcast before she listens to ours.
Oh, yeah. I remember last podcast. How dare you, mother.
How dare they.
But good for your fellow classmates for having a podcast.
Yeah, and it's all about sports. We're not competing. Maybe we should collaborate with them.
Well, I think their podcast is called Guys in Shorts.
Yeah. So Drunken Sisters and Guys in
Shorts. Like Guys and Dolls. Guys and Drunks.
Oh, that would be funny.
Anyway, listeners, after you're done listening to our podcast, go check them out.
Yes, it's almost a Drunks in Shorts.
The Drunken Shorts. You never know when they're gonna fall.
But listeners, if you were not able to make it, we did find out on May 21st and May 22nd, the street that we record from, the entire street is having a block party yard sale.
Block party yard sale.
So we're going to set up and we're going big.
Oh yeah.
L-wire, signage, lemonade.
We'll really have beer.
Lemonade.
We should really have alcohol.
We're gonna have a lounge for people to hang out.
Music. And most importantly, we'll have stuff for sale.
Hey, I wonder if
we should just be the hangout.
We should. I wonder if we have any DJ friends that'll come DJ off the porch.
You know what we could do? We could not be selling anything.
The VIP lounge?
We'll be the lounge, and then we'll be like the baggage check, where you buy your stuff. You don't want to carry it while you keep walking down the street. You check it with us. You pay us $1 or whatever. and we'll hold your stuff.
Could we get tote bags printed that said Lincoln Street Yard Sale, like really cool looking?
We don't want it to say Lincoln Street. We want it to say the Drunken Sisters
Ah.
Porchcast.
Presents Lincoln Street Yard Sale.
No, I think the Drunken Sisters Porchcast would be super cool.
We should have some tote bags. We should have some merch.
We should, yeah, you know what I was thinking? We could set up a little display next to us while we record on the porch, and then just put, like, whoever walks by, they could buy stuff if they want to.
Come buy our stuff. So, at the beginning of our yard sale, I was screaming from the porch, come buy my shit.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. You really have to stop calling your stuff shit.
Well, I started calling it goods.
Yep.
And I did better.
Oh, and by the way, listeners, April, before she left me for 3.5 hours, every time somebody would come by, she would say, "Welcome to April's yard sale," like real big on the porch, and then I would just stare at her.
In my defense, you did not put your stuff out.
Hold on, and then I bring out my $50 amp, I put it on the porch, and then it became the Drunken Sisters yard sale.
People were interested, got our name out there a little bit.
Yeah.
At least locally.
Locally, yeah. Nobody bought the amp.
Or your surfboard.
I'm gonna sell a cat next
Dad was
time.
trying to sell you.
What?
For $50.
Are you serious?
Yeah, $50 with 2 cats.
With the cat?
With 2 cats.
Father, how dare you?
Hey, listeners, we found out something interesting.
Did we?
So most yard sales end by noon, 1-ish.
Yeah, like
Start
7
packing
to
up.
1, 7 to noon.
So we were lazy. We didn't want to pack up because it was hot. So
And
we just left our yard sale up and running. And once it started to cool down, around 3 or 4, we got so
we were
many
swamped
people.
with people.
And we had no competition at that point.
Yeah, nobody was out there.
It was just us. And we sold off a lot of those clothes and things.
I got to practice my Spanish.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you did.
Oh. Yes?
I don't know why this reminded me of it, but are we going to take that piano class?
We are going to take the piano class.
All right, so we need to sign up for it because it's starting soon.
The Drunken Sisters play the piano.
Oh, we can have dueling pianos.
Oh, drunken pianos! I don't know how to play piano now. Do you already know how to play the piano? A little bit?
I know a little bit, yeah. Like the very basics.
Man.
I can play just a little bit of Bach, and that's it.
Excuse me.
Just a little bit of Gershwin.
So I don't even know where the middle C is at on the piano.
Oh.
Yeah, really.
I can show you.
Okay. I'll forget, but okay.
You won't forget. Did you take the stickers off that I had put on
your
your piano?
There are no stickers there. I think your friend took them off.
Oh, I have stickers. I'll come and label them.
Don't label them wrong so that you win the dueling piano. Middle C is all the way to your left.
We'll set keyboards on each end of the porch and we'll have dueling pianos.
That would actually be really cool. We could do it during our yard sale.
I like that plan.
Charge! Yeah, that would be super cool. I'm already envisioning it.
I hear you're going to go for a bus tour this weekend.
Yeah, I'm thinking I want to do the tourist attraction thing down in Hollywood.
Cool.
Take one of those converted buses. You know how they're like convertibles now?
Yeah.
Not convertibles, but they have a little top. Take one of those sightseeing. I have to get the camera with the neck thing.
Grandma would love to go with you.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
She loves that stuff. She'll even probably pay for the map to the stars' homes.
Oh, that would be super cool.
And then you'll have to fill us in next week.
Yeah, I really want to take the TMZ tour bus.
Ooh.
Are you interested?
The TMZ tour bus?
Yeah, and the Dearly Departed, so we can go by Sharon Tate's mansion.
I can't this weekend, but another time.
All right, so
what?
Nothing.
It's so last minute.
It's Wednesday.
I know.
Wednesday. Hump day.
Your cat is weird.
He's sweet.
He's got a weird mouth.
You have a weird mouth.
He's playing dead.
He's sleeping.
He looks dead.
Look at his little face.
Oh. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
What?
You're so rude.
Only on occasion.
Okay.
All right, listeners.
Listeners, thank you for listening to our nonsense. We will see you next week. We hope to see you at a yard sale in a month. And
May 21st, May 22nd, Lincoln Street, Highland Park.
Woo! Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel and tell your friends.
Pass it on.
Pass it on. Pass it on like the joint you're smoking today.
Happy 420. Oh, it's also Hitler's birthday?
I don't know if we celebrate that.
Alright, but it's also a special little boy's birthday.
Yes.
It is Mr. Kai's birthday.
Happy birthday, Kai.
Happy birthday, Kai. It's your last single digit birthday, so live it up.
Woo!
Goes into the double digits next
man.
year. Prepare for attitude.
All right, listeners.
Da 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 da.
Cheers!